Now we are discussing about the life cycle of the device hardware. In the previous class or videos, we have already discussed what is the design or what type of design should be implemented in the life cycle of the, what should be the manufacturing facility, what should be the materials used for manufacturing, what should be packaging or transport, or how should be the packaging transport. About those issues we have already discussed. Now we are left with two other issues, that is the usage and use. And about these two concepts we will discuss in this particular video. Now let us see, or let us discuss about usage or use of the electronic activity, laptops, computers, the personal computers, and foreign devices. These are all how it should be. So we know that it is quite significant the amount of energy it is consumed by the device, and when it is used with the usage, because of the electricity consumption, it is responsible for the carbon footprint. So when we use the device, it is better to go with the energy star rating. So the customer can choose the device with the energy star rating system for more efficient. Now let us discuss about what concepts we are going to discuss in or use of the use in the life cycle. Now first is notebook computers. So how the notebook computers are used, how it is mostly. Then we will be also discussing about a desktop computer. What are the merits or demerits are there, and what type of RT or TFT or LCD and it will be for power. We will also discuss about the servers, about the server management, are the positives or negatives are there, the mobile devices and specialized devices. Let us start with the notebook. So as we know that notebooks are our personal laptops or notebook PCs, small PCs, which are mainly made for energy efficient, which are energy efficient compared to the desktop. And actually the energy consumption of the laptop will be depending on the usage pattern, and these are usually powered by the battery, and the battery can last for 3 to 5 hours. It is always a good practice that once you charge the battery and plug and switch on the, means when you are using, you just charge the system. When the power goes, just remove the power and use it on the battery. So that way you can save the energy. You use it on the battery. The monitor on a CPU, it will consume the largest share of the power. We know that in computer the majority of power is consumed by the monitor, because in laptop LED or LCD screens are used. Its consumption will be less, and it is also very important when we are using to switch off the power supply or unplug the charger when it is not in use, because when you are plugging in the charger, it will consume energy. So that is how we can use the notebook computers, that is our laptops you can consider as a notebook. Now let us discuss about some of the strategies that can help to reduce the power consumption, and it includes the reduction in brightness. If we keep the brightness of our laptops reduced, even when you are using on a battery, ultimately what happens is the battery drainage will be slower and the power consumption also will be reduced, because we know that the brighter screen consumes more energy. And one more thing is, when some background task is running on the computer, such as say you are scanning antivirus or some other tasks, in those situations we can switch off the monitor, so or we can just keep the monitors in a silent mode. And we can also use some power saving modes, and you can enable those saving modes to enable to reduce the energy consumption. So when we are not using, we can keep it in the sleep mode or hibernate mode. Those are some of the initiatives or strategies. The following guidelines can help you to optimize the energy consumption. When an application is not in use, close the application and also stop the background processes that are not being used. It is also advisable to reduce the number of tasks when such showing down is noticed. Keep the number of processes at the startup to minimum. The required application can be started when it is needed. So when you keep the number of startup processes minimum, the startup time also reduces. When you are playing a game, it is better that you keep the level, means display level in a lower level, so that it will consume less battery or less power. And use the required level of brightness or a display for saving the energy. Now let us discuss about a desktop computer. So we know that nowadays the desktop computers are rapidly going out, and most of the laptops are coming into the market. But when we talk about a typical desktop, because there may be some desktops still in use in our laboratory, also there is a desktop which is in, we are not using a laptop. So if you see the desktop, it totally consumes 115 watts of power. So monitor consumes a lot of energy. Say 17-inch CRT monitor will consume 80 watt compared to 28 watt consumed by of a 19-inch is consumed by LED monitor. So LED monitor consumes less energy compared to the CRT monitor, less than 50%. So we can say around 30% or 40%. In most cases, most times desktop remain idle and waste lot of energy. To avoid this, we can switch off the desktop, and some remote wake-up methodologies are also used in the company. Some tools like Night Watchman, Energy Detective, eMonitor, Conserve Insight, like that some tools are also used in some of the enterprise. Next, let us discuss about a server. Actually, when we talk about a server, there are different types of different examples of servers are there, such as mail server, database server, file server, and so on. On the most time, or you can say almost every hour, our servers will be in use. So because it is in continuous use, especially in data centers or when the cloud environment is provided, usually it will be used in data centers. In those cases, the amount of heat will be generated due to power consumption, because you know that when you use your laptop or use it continuously, heat will be. So ultimately, what it needs is the cooling system. So that is the drawback of a server. It will consume more energy for cooling system. Next, we can discuss about the mobile devices. So mobile devices are small in size. It has a rechargeable battery, and mobile devices use the external charges, and the power energy of this external charges is very less. So one area where we are not concentrating is when when we connect the charger after charging the battery, we are not removing it from the plug, or we are not switching it. So chargers consume power more while not charging. So more charge will be or more power will be consumed when battery is not charged. Hence, it will be waste of power. So it is also very important that as soon as you finish your battery charging, you switch off the battery. So like these, we can take small initiatives when we are using our electronic. Next, we can talk about the specialized devices, your set-top boxes, your PlayStation, your medical equipment like Xerox machine, and computerized tomography, CT scanning, what we are calling. So these are consuming a lot of power. Suppose assume that your devices such as set-top boxes and PlayStation, they still consume power when they are idle. Means if you think that okay, you connect it, you switch on and you go out, and it will not consume a power. So when you are not using also, if it is switched on, the set-top boxes or a PlayStation, it will consume energy or a power. So you need to switch off those devices. That we can take some initiatives or we can take some measures during the usage of the devices to minimize the power consumption. Apart from the other sections such as the design, manufacturing, transportation or packaging, this is also one more area in the life cycle where we can reduce the consumption